Hi guys, welcome back to more For All Mankind. We're on the penultimate episode, season 2. Episode 9 coming up. We finished out the last episode with it all going to hell. We knew once they put weapons in the hands of the military and allowed them to go up there and turn it, in effect, into a joint mission, we knew they would take charge. The problem being, fear is a powerful motivator, as we all know. And I don't know who opened fire first, or even if we know which person it was that opened fire first. We're not that familiar with this new team that they have up here, who put these weapons in their hands. But the Russians were reaching for something in that case, and we went with the default shoot first, ask questions later. Not that that ever works, because usually you kill said person you're shooting at. It was very disconcerting and very, I don't know, poignantly eerie in space of watching projectiles behave differently in the way in which they struck the Russians, and then them finding that little sheet, which I'm assuming was like a translation sheet for them to be able to communicate with them. Maybe a phonetic sheet or something, I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but it certainly wasn't them reaching for a weapon. So all of everything that they've been trying to avoid and being the bad guys here, especially with what's just happened with Flight 007 and our administrator, America is now the bad guy, because you've lost all your you've lost all your advantage that the world and the public is now going to see and perceive. Because up until this point, the Soviet Union were the bad guys, especially shooting down this plane. I don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, let's go find out. I'm looking forward to it because it's getting pretty juicy. Right. Penultimate episode, episode 9, season 2. Let's go.
What the hell happened out there?
They lost control.
Giving them the warning when they went for a crate that could have had weapons in it. So
yeah, but they didn't.
Turns out one of them was going for their translation card when I
said
shot
that's
him.
what it was. It was her. Shit's gonna hit the fan.
This isn't good.
No.
Wars have started over a lot less.
Oh, they have.
World War I started with a gunshot and killed 20 million people.
It could do.
20 million is going to seem like a car accident.
It is. And this could just be over. Unfortunately, do you know who's really to blame here? I know I'm blaming the girl for making the shot. Your leaders are the people to blame here.
You good, Trace?
You're following what you're told to do.
Yeah.
Just...
Another disaster while Gordo's up here.
How do you make it stop?
I'm scared of time.
US Marines armed with automatic weapons took one of our mining sites by force. We have reliable intelligence that the next American Sea Dragon rocket plans to deliver nuclear weapons to the moon. We will not allow this.
This is
Just
retaliation.
how the hell do they intend to do that? Shoot the Sea Dragon down during the launch?
I don't think they have the ability to pull that off.
All you have to do is give the
A
threat.
recon satellite just detected a launch from Sakhalin Island.
A missile?
No, it's their shuttle, Baran. CIA says it's armed.
They fixed the problem.
Armed?
To the teeth.
This is what happens. You get guns, we get
they
guns.
could bomb Sea Dragon 17 from orbit and we'd never see it coming.
And that's not all they can hit.
Can hit a lot
Let's
from
go.
orbit.
They're tracking it at .gov.
It could have nothing to do with Sea Dragon. Baran could just be running a docking test like we do with Skylab.
But Air Force Intel says they've been stockpiling fuel on that station.
But this is precisely how things escalate. Margot here could be completely accurate. They've launched that very quickly, which tends to suggest it was already It was ready to go and it was pre-planned, and this could just be a coincidence. But because you know that's just happened, you're waiting for the fallout. So now you second guess things, and you're going to have your military and the president and everybody else go, we can't take the chance. It's just like dropping a pebble into water and watching the ripple effect.
Baran separated from Mir. They're picking up substantial delta V in the TLI window.
They're headed for the moon.
The Russians are blockading the moon.
This is getting good. They could.
Apparently the Soviets have sent Baran to the moon to stop Sea Dragon.
I can't believe they're trying to pull this shit.
DOD has locked this one down pretty tight. What I do know is that they've moved your launch date up to the day after tomorrow.
Holy shit.
Thought they would.
We're taking Pathfinder to the moon?
That's the word from up on high. We're going up against Baran. We need to make the Russians think twice about stopping Sea Dragon 17 from reaching the moon. Pathfinder's the only ship that could do it.
So we're riding shotgun.
Radar-guided missiles, each carrying over 100 pounds of high explosives.
Pretty convincing intercession.
Well, if anyone fires, we've failed. Our job is to discourage them from doing so.
What you got, Nick?
A demand from the Russian commander Zvezda. He wants to send a team to recover his people. Both of them. What should I tell him?
It's what you'd want
That
to
his
do,
injured
though.
cosmonaut remains unconscious, and I will consult my superiors concerning his request.
They want to stick needles in your eyes. Okay? Who knows what shit they put in there?
Yeah.
You could go blind right then.
But this dude,
I'm sorry, but it's just
even
too
if you
risky.
say he's cured most people with it,
All I know is I gotta fly, okay? And
anyone
if I don't,
who's
then
gotten this from what you got it from.
I don't know.
Pathfinder's launch got moved up. Day after tomorrow. I'm on my way to Ellington now, but I don't want to leave without seeing you both.
Are you going to use the Pathfinder against the Soviet fleet?
Kelly, he just said he can't tell you.
Are you going to be okay?
No, he can't promise you that. He can't.
This is how it works.
Sometimes you get deployed without any warning. And the one thing you can never do is promise the people you leave behind that you're going to be okay.
She's been through it before. This is what it
And
means.
it's not real, right, Ed?
You know she's speaking the truth there.
I feel very confident.
Never promise.
Any luck, I'll be back the week after you start school.
I feel sorry for his wife because she's been through all of this
I love you, Dad.
many times.
I love you too, kiddo.
Yeah, well, now's not really the time. You have to focus on Pathfinder.
That's right. And I won't be able to if you don't tell me what's going on. What are you talking about?
Let it go. We'll talk about it when you get home, okay?
No.
Tell him?
No, we made a pact, remember?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I
I'll
know.
tell
We
you
made a
this.
pact. You and me, we don't keep any secrets. Just tell me. Tell me, Karen.
I slept with someone.
There we go. I was going to say, this is just going to rip him apart. Weren't expecting that, were you?
I did. And I wasn't drunk or crazy or didn't know what I was doing.
She's being honest.
It was a decision that I made.
Who?
It doesn't matter who.
The hell it doesn't.
Just do it. I'm sorry. As a bloke, I can only look at it from a bloke's point of view. A guy always wants to know.
What is this? You want out? You don't know
I don't.
if you want to stay in our marriage?
That's the wrong
I
thing
really
to say.
don't anymore.
It's something that you're interested in saving.
Really, Ed? Life's a little more complicated than that.
Supposed to mean.
You like it simple, Ed. You want up or down, in or
We do.
out, yes or no. Ed,
There are people that live their lives like that. Everything is black or white, 1 or 0, yes or no. I know their marriage is not all rosy right now, but with what he's got to go off and do, I'm not sure you should have left him in that state of mind.
The State Department agreed to 2.
All right. I want eyes on both these assholes every moment they're here.
Well, this should be interesting. I mean, there has to be some level of trust. Or they could just have killed a pair of you in there. I'm not sure you can explain to these people that this was a pure and utter mistake.
I'm Colonel Rossi, commander of Jamestown.
Where is our comrade?
Your doctor may examine the patient. You were to wait here.
I can get you a cup of coffee if you like.
You are on their territory. they would have to bow to you the same.
Doctor?
The other way around.
Keep your medical base sealed off. It's routine for a non-ambulatory patient.
It was a mistake.
It was an unprovoked act of aggression. You should be charged and tried before an international court.
Let's keep this to the medical issues.
Standing by
Sea
for
Dragon
Sea
launch.
Dragon launch.
I'm on edge for this. Wow.
All systems green.
Pathfinder Houston, just got word from Guam.
Sea Dragon 17 has launched.
Roger that, Houston. IMU alignment matches Fred's. RTV window still good.
Yep. He's unfocused now.
Say again, Gary?
Can't be thinking of that now.
Good. IMU and RTV windows.
What if they had to have an aborted launch here now? What would happen?
Fat-ass nuclear rocket ever to grace God's green earth?
Roger that.
The visuals on this show, I've got to admit, have been... That's insane, because you couldn't do that with rockets, because you'd burn that to a crisp.
Fred is clear for nervous start. Roger, Fred. Slide him up. It's all you, Sally.
Damn.
Excited like that? Houston, we are under nuclear power and hauling ass.
Yeah, I can see that. They're in fucking orbit already? God damn.
Cut off. Pathfinder is in orbit.
Noticed. Yeah, they're not impressed with you.
Expect Sea Dragon rendezvous burn in 19 minutes.
This was meant to be a celebration of the next generation of ships coming up here, and he just feels deflated.
Fly ship into space. Not launch. Not blast. Fly. X-15 can fly so close to space so we can see it. It's always just out of reach.
I understand why you did what you did. I think that was a poor choice of timing to do it there and then.
Bullet must have hit something before. You have theory as to why he remains unconscious. We will not know unless he wakes. I want this to happen under my supervision. Please, prepare him for travel.
Doctor, you know he won't survive the trip.
Not while I command Jamestown.
Well, that's not being
I
a
will
doctor,
protest
is
to my
it?
government.
Feel free to do so.
What about your Hippocratic oath? As a doctor, if you know moving the patient for whatever reason is potentially going to kill them, you don't do that. I'm surprised she's allowed to be there. I've got to be honest, that one of them doesn't fly for her. I think that's the wrong thing to do. Oh my God.
We suspect the bullet made a spark when it entered his suit. Like ours, your suits contain pure oxygen.
It just turned to fire. That's why it's on fire. I was wondering what caused it. That kind of confirmed it.
He can help you carry.
No, you will not touch him. None of you. We will take care of him.
I mean, that's got to possibly be the most horrible and horrific, grotesque way for you to recover your comrades team in that.
I gotta get to the Cape. Help prep with the launch of Apollo 75.
Yeah, so you're just gonna let some tent-show huckster blind you? Or worse?
What do you want from me, Wayne? Can you imagine me with a white cane? Can you?
You do this, and I won't be here when you get back.
Oh.
Oh, don't be so melodramatic.
Oh. No, I've put up with a lot of shit, Molly, a lot, because I love you desperately, right?
Free at last. Any idea what a burden you've been all these years?
Oh, don't do that.
Tiptoeing around your phobias.
You want to talk about fears, Molly? This right here is cowardice.
You can barely watch it on the TV, but I'm the coward.
No, don't do that. My wheelchair-bound mother in assisted living has more guts than you do.
Then go live with her.
I wish to defect to United States.
What?
Jamestown is America's
okay,
soil.
that's just
Cosmonauts
complicated
requested
everything.
asylum, and we're going to grant it.
His response?
Oh, he thinks we're lying? Holding their man against his will? I mean, they're convinced we're interrogating him.
You're eating the food in the Soviet Union.
Rossi's moved him out of critical care, so the plan is to transport him down here on the next shuttle trip later this month.
You talked to the president about Apollo Soyuz?
Not yet. But if he asks my opinion, I'm gonna recommend that he cancel it.
Don't you think that's a little premature?
With everything happening, I just don't see how it makes sense anymore.
But why don't we wait to see what the Russians do? If they launch Soyuz, it'd be a sign that they don't want to escalate.
Don't preempt
All right.
too soon.
Let's see how this plays out.
Sorry, all jewelry's got to come off for launch.
Sorry, I forgot to leave it with the CAO.
Still be there when you come back.
Apollo, this is launch control. We've reached the scheduled hold.
Roger that, Control. We'll sit tight. That's all it takes. Knowing that we're not going to kill today.
Soyuz has launched. Our cosmonauts look forward to meeting the Apollo crew in space.
Thank you.
Apollo 75, this is Houston.
Okay.
We got some good news for you.
We're still on track. That's good, because that does stop more of an escalation for now. Just gives an air of complete control freak and arrogance about her. No longer up to the task that you compromised, and that it's you playing hero that did it. And the person you're taking it out on, by the looks of things, has left.
Hope you got a thing for old blind ladies.
Okay, put your stuff down. I'm assuming he was starting to leave because that room looked empty. Maybe not.
Are you kidding? White canes and dark glasses turn me on.
No offense, Lee, but your tactics are a bit, Machiavellian. We, don't really follow it.
You should start.
It's crap.
Wrestling is
fake.
The only honest sport there is. Do you know why?
It's fake. She was listening on all
I'm
that.
sorry. I hope I didn't interrupt anything.
Hey, Pam. Pam's an old friend of Ellen's from the Apollo days.
She ain't gonna make president with
She's
her.
staying with us while she's in town.
Nice to meet you, Pam. Think it over, Larry.
Okay.
I'll be in Houston in a couple of weeks.
Lee is the special assistant to Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, I heard. That's amazing.
No, it's not. They'll do more thorough check.
About. Yeah.
You may have fooled.
It sounds crazy.
You may have
I
fooled
know,
NASA.
Right? But
You wouldn't fool that.
he's the man that could put her there.
You're not thinking.
Says she's the perfect candidate.
Well, except.
Father, she's a lesbian.
Oh, Pam, that's not.
It's true, and you know it.
She can't have you in her life. She's gonna go down that road. But even if she did, and you just walked away, they're still gonna bring it up.
You and I owe each other the truth. And the truth is, I still love Elise. She and I shared a life together, but my heart still belongs to her. I hope you understand. Love, Pam.
From Pam.
Pam's
Go
done
back
that
to
for
Elise.
you. Because she loves you. Short and sweet. Dear John Law.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry, Elle.
I don't understand.
I do. She won't let you.
I don't understand.
From the first flight in that old Cessna, you had to be in control. And from the very first moment I saw you, I felt out of control, and it scared the living shit out of me, and I'm still scared. I'm just not running from it anymore.
Well, that's one hell of a routine just to bum a smoke. You coming?
I'm about to.
God.
Okay. I'm perfectly happy to have misread that.
Nat, how much longer before we're back on nuclear power?
We're there now. The fuel rods are in. We're calibrating the actuators.
What the hell is he doing out there?
Who?
That's all it takes for a breach. Do you not have anything to patch that with in emergencies? Oh, I love how they just cut the audio there. That was great. We're gonna lose him. Oh, fuck! Damn. Compartment by compartment. Had to seal it off. I love this show because it does stuff you just don't expect. He's in a suit, he's fine. Oh, hell no. What the fuck just happened? It was all a ploy. Oh my god. I'm just trying to process. The Russians are here. Fuck. So they launched Soyuz to make you comfortable, to make you think everything's still on track, that the joint venture is still okay. I'm assuming they wouldn't have done that without orders. Or would they? I mean, I don't know. It could be either way, but we don't know that. But regardless, they have just infiltrated Jamestown in the most aggressive way possible with an explosive decompression from that bullet. We've lost that poor guy. I don't even know his name. Now, they're sealed in there, but is that the point? That's like their main control room, because you sealed the door now, they're not going to get through that door. So I don't know. I don't know how it works. Right. I don't blame Pam for doing what she's done with Ellen. I still think that was on the cards at some point. And she now has to accept it, but what she needs to make the decision and the choice now is where she goes from here. Does she stay at the job that she's doing, or does she go down the political route? Personally, I think that's a mistake. I think she should stay where she is, even though at the moment she's not very popular. Ed is trying to come to terms with what his wife's just told him. He didn't go through with that whole hotel situation with the pretty girl from the bar, which says something about how black and white he sees his world. It's either right or it's wrong. And when he came to it, his brain switched and said, no, this is wrong, stop. And he did. What this is going to do for Pathfinder as well, I don't know. That has just literally exploded the whole thing. The season finale is going to be great. Wow. Love the new ship, Pathfinder. That was so extraordinary to see one launch off the back of a 747, because obviously normally on anything rocket propelled you couldn't do that, or you'd take the plane out. you'd have the rear wing crispy within seconds, but it was just weird to see that. So Ed is currently fighting that, and there's a lot happened in this episode. I understand Molly doing what she was trying to do and having to come to terms with the fact that you are now going to be dealing with something that's slowly going to blind you and possibly could quite kill you as well. And as I mentioned during commentary, you've gone through something that no other human being has ever gone through, because every other human being has always been on Earth. They've not been exposed to that type of solar radiation. So even if the doctor that claims 90% success rate, not particularly for your condition. So, and her husband for standing his ground and saying what he said, that thinks she's a coward for not facing up to it, which is a weird double entendre in itself, because we know she's not a coward. She was being cowardly with this as far as he's concerned. The reason she's dealing with this is because she's a hero. Look what she did finding water. Look what she did saving that guy in the solar storm. She is a hero. She is a survivor. But when you take somebody of that nature who's always been able to keep complete control of everything they do in their life and being able to be like that, and then throw something their way that they can't control, that they have no control over, like what she's currently dealing with, they can't cope. That the whole world comes crashing down. And it was good to see that she took the common sense to realise that the only true person who loves you, who you've got for life, is about to walk away from you because he can't see you go through this, because you're doing the wrong thing. And for a minute, when she came back, that whole room was empty. I thought he'd already left. Maybe it's just, I don't know, that room just looked very, very bland. Maybe he was. I've no idea what they were getting over to us there when he walked in with the little box. I don't know whether that was him packing or just moving stuff around. No idea. The season finale is going to be interesting because the Russian defect thing threw me totally. Now, has the Russian defection, him saying he wants to do that, anything to do with what we've just witnessed? Because obviously he's not out there, he's in sickbay or whatever the fuck they want to call it. And is this a direct instruction from Russia with orders for them to do this? Or is this the other guy that saw, you know, I'm assuming it didn't show it. We've kept one guy here who was still alive. I'm assuming they took the other fallen comrade, the burnt crispy one, back with them. I don't know whether he's still here or not. It didn't show it. I'm assuming here, possibly erroneously, that he hasn't already gone back to their base with him. And then when they've seen the state of what's happened to him and what the Americans have done to him, they've launched a counterattack this way. So whether it's orders or whether it's them taking it upon themselves, either way, they're here. We'll find out what happens next week. Right, I will be back for episode 10, season finale. By all means, post your comments down below. I will see you for probably a very explosive end to season 2. See you for the next one. Take care.